Hey, I'm Isabelle from the Cognito Forms team, and in this video, I'll show you how to use linked lookups on your forms. A lookup field and a person field allow one form to look up entries from another form. Let's say you have an employee list and a laptop inventory form. On the employee form, you can add a lookup field that allows you to select a laptop from your inventory. Now, each employee record can show which laptop is assigned to that employee. That's useful, but it only works one way. The employee form contains a reference to the laptop, but if you open the laptop record, you won't automatically see which employee it's assigned to. This is what we call a one-way relationship. A linked lookup turns this into a two-way relationship. An employee record can show which laptop is assigned, and the laptop record can automatically display which employee is using it. When you update the relationship on one side, it updates on the other side automatically. If you reassign the laptop to a different employee, the employee record updates and the laptop record updates as well. The previous assignment is cleared and the new assignment is reflected instantly. So you don't have to manually update both forms, and the connection stays synchronized. As a result, you can build relational systems such as customers and their orders, employees and their equipment, and teachers and all of their students. Lookup fields can be set up in two ways. You can have a single selection or you could have a multiple selection. I'll go through both examples to show you how each functions. In the first example, I'll assign one laptop to one employee. This is an example of a single selection, and it'll give you an idea of how a one-to-one relationship works. In the second example, I'll assign one pet owner to many pets. In this example, I'll use a multiple selection, and it'll give you an example of a one-to-many relationship. Let's start with the employee and the laptop example. First, create your two forms, an employee form and a laptop inventory form. On the employee form, add a lookup field that references the laptop inventory form. Since each laptop will be assigned to only one employee, you'll keep the selection type as a single selection type. I'll also need to set some appropriate choice labels for the lookup. In this case, I'll include the laptop's make, serial number, and model type. Next, go to the laptop inventory form and add a person field that references the employee form. Again, you'll keep the selection type as a single since each employee will have only one laptop. Once both lookup fields are created, you'll see the option to link them together in the field settings. Now you can turn on the option to link to another field. A content box will pop up that clarifies the relationship between the linked lookups. In this case, the laptop can be assigned to only one employee, and only one employee can be assigned to a laptop. After saving this, make sure your choice label is properly selected. In this case, the correct choice label was automatically selected. You only need to do this on one form. The other form will update automatically. At this point, we've created a one-to-one relationship. When you assign a laptop to an employee, the employee record shows the specific laptop, and the laptop record automatically shows the assigned employee. If you change the assignment, the original employee no longer shows that laptop, and the new employee does, and the laptop record updates instantly. This is ideal for assets that should only belong to one person at a time. Now let's look at a more advanced example. We're starting with three forms: a pet owner's form, a pet form, and a form for vet appointments. First, I'll go to the pet owner's form and add a lookup field and connect it to the pet information form. In this case, I'll select multiple as the selection type. This allows one pet owner to have multiple pets. Then I'll go to the pet information form and add a person field that looks up the pet owner. This time, I'll set it as a single selection type so that each pet can only belong to one owner. Once both forms have lookup fields that point to each other, you'll see an option to link them in the field settings. When you turn on the option to link to another field, a content box will pop up that clarifies the relationship between the linked lookups. In this case, a pet can have a single owner, and a pet owner can have multiple pets. After saving this, make sure your choice label is properly selected for your linked lookup. In this case, the correct choice label was automatically selected. You only need to do this on one form. The other form will update automatically. Now when you add a new pet and select the owner, the pet record shows its owner, and the owner record automatically lists their pets. One thing to note is that when you open the entry, you'll see all of the pets listed, even though this person's pets are the only ones selected. If you only want to show the relevant pets instead of the entire list, you can adjust this in the field settings. Go back to the build page, click on the pets field, and scroll down to the include section. Here you can add a filter to control which entries appear in the list. In this example, I'll include only entries where the owner is not filled out. This removes pets that are already assigned to someone else. We can even expand this example to connect pets to vet appointments using another linked lookup. Now, each pet can have multiple appointments, and each appointment belongs to one pet. Because these relationships are linked, everything stays synchronized. You can even add calculations like the total number of pets an owner has and any upcoming appointments per pets, and those values will automatically update as records are added or changed. That's all we're going to cover in this video, but if you'd like to learn more, you can check out our user guides or reach out to us directly by submitting a support request.